me on, but at the same time, it doesn't seem that good. And so anyway, it seems to be my week for post-apocalyptic things. So this is set in a post-apocalyptic world where something, well, actually, yeah, well, the first thing you see in this film is you see a guy in a room and he's watching a video, and this video is talking about welcome to Our Friends. There's this group called Our Friends, and they say, put everything that you have that links to your old life in this box. We will incinerate it. Don't worry about your old life. You're going to start a new life now. Whoever hurt you, forget about that, and then take this pill. Take this pill, and this pill will wipe everything away, and it will give you a whole new place. And so this guy takes off his ring, takes off this picture of a woman, throws it up in a box, yells, and then takes a pill. And then
Eternal Sunshine.
So
Eternal Sunshine.
there's issues. There's similarities. Only that with this one, then he goes into the next thing you see this commune or this group of people who all dress the same way. You meet a couple played by Nick Robinson and Belle Powley, and they wake up in the morning. They take their pills. They are very deadpan. There's like no emotion there whatsoever. And they just keep asking each other, are you content? Yes, quite content. And then they watch the same TV show. Everybody watches the same TV show. It's just random shapes animated moving around the screen. They don't eat food. They just drink smoothies that are all labeled like the food or something like that. Like something very banal. They all wear pastel colors. They get up, they walk, they go to work, they come back home, they go to bed, they start the next day. It happens all over again. Then she goes in for a medical checkup and they tell her, you need to stop taking your pill because we think you have cancer and we need to sort something out. Then when she stops taking her pill for a day, she starts feeling. She starts feeling and she starts going, hang on a second, what is this? What are these things? Because the pill sort of like, just kills everything. So it's a bit of like a 1984 thing, but it's voluntary because everybody who's in this community has accepted to go into the community for one reason or another because they wanted to kill off something. And when they go into the community, they get paired with people. Then one of them, one day, they say, you've been approved to have a child. And then they bring a child to to their house. And they say, this is now your baby. And then they have the baby. And as they're having the baby, they're like, okay. The baby starts crying. And they're like, what's that? What's that noise? What's this baby making all this noise? And then there's a leaflet that goes, to begin with, human young ones can have like irrational feelings until you give them the mixture that in baby form. And then they give the baby that stuff in the baby form. And then the baby stops crying. And then the baby just becomes like them, essentially, like unfeeling, unthinking. But you have this one woman who has stopped taking the pill and started feeling stuff, and then decides she doesn't want to keep taking the pill, and so she tells her partner, who was just given to her, she tells her partner, I don't want to take the pill. I think you should stop taking the pill. And he's like, okay, cool. I thought you were content. I will stop taking the pill. He stops taking the pill. Then all of a sudden they start going, oh, hang on, what are these feelings? And then they're standing beside each other, brushing their teeth, and they're like, what is that? What's that down there? Why is it so swollen? I don't know. Oh, it feels good when you touch it. And the film goes on like this. And then it just carries on. And it's one of these, it's kind of like, I feel like this is a film that had big ideas without a big budget. So everything is done on similar sets. Everything is done in what looks like an office block. And they keep talking about this apocalypse that's happened out there. And you can't go out and you can't leave this thing because there's this apocalypse that's happened out there. You never see the apocalypse, so you don't know whether it's true or not. You don't know whether this Our Friends thing is just a cult that's just trying to control people. You never really get to grips with that. But it's about these people who are rediscovering what it means to be human again. And then they have a group of friends, and she goes and hides all of their pills so that they can't, because they're supposed to take the pill every day. She goes and hides the pills, so they all start feeling, and what happens when they all start feeling together, and what goes on there, and what happens when you allow human emotion into a place where human emotion has been actively gotten rid of, and then all of a sudden human emotion starts coming back in, and you have these old people who are all in their 20s, 30s or something like that, but in essential, when it comes to emotionally, they're kids. And it's that kind of thing, and it's a film that, as I said, has big ideas, tries to go with it, and so it's almost like a chamber piece. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. There are some funny scenes. There are some scenes that I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's a bit studenty filmy, if you get what I mean. But yeah, but would I recommend it? If anything I've said has made you think, yeah, let's go watch that, yeah, then I would recommend it. Otherwise, not really. I think it was okay, but nah, nothing much to write home about. So that is it. 3 stars for Turn Me On. And